This week on 49ers Sac-Hi Sports, more action from the exciting league races. We have the highlights from the Tri-City League matchups between Lodi and Lincoln and Tracy and Tokay. Plus, we head to the Delta League for the showdown with Elk Grove and Franklin.
Softball features the NorCal final rematch between Central Catholic and Lincoln. Boys volleyball has Folsom facing Oak Ridge. Plus, you'll meet the newest members of Leroy Green and the reason they had to transfer schools after winning a section title last season. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Braunstein. We start tonight in Roseville, where West Park and Nevada Union face off in Game 2 of the 3-game Pioneer Valley League Series. Nevada Union with the best overall record in league at 10-6. Ryder Salenza leading the Miners, batting .490 with 18 RBI this season.
West Park taking home the 12-3 win in Game 1. E.J. Peck went 3 for 5 at the plate with 3 RBI. Game 2 played at the Panthers' home field on Thursday afternoon. West Park, Nevada Union, Game 2. The Miners down a game in the series, so they were ready to jump ahead early. Top of the first, runner on second for Ty Malik. A blooping ball down the left field line. This one falls. Chase Nye scores from second, and NU is psyched to have its first run with no outs. The bats continue with Ryder Salenza, a bit out in front of the pitch, but this falls into center for a base knock, putting runners on first and third for Jack Bryan, the sophomore. Hits a line drive to left, and it is trouble. Salenza scores, so does Brendan Pinney. It is 4-0 NU. The Miners score once more on a sac fly from Calvin Roden. Great catch in right field by Brock Sherrod. Jack Bryan scores. It's 5-0 Miners after one, but it doesn't take the home team long to respond. Chris Fisher on third. Aiden Diome hits a high fly ball to left. Fisher tagging at third. Great throw by Bryan, but Fisher is safe. It is 5-1 Nevada Union. That's all starting pitcher Steele Witchick would allow in the inning, and after the first, this game becomes a pitcher's duel. Same score in the top of the sixth. Diome gets a strikeout, the freshman pitching 3 innings, allowing no runs. Bottom of the sixth, the Park stringing together some hits. Logan Hierney punches the ball up the middle, putting runners on first and second. Evan Grijalva keeps the line moving. A hard ground ball to short. Great play from Nye. Hierney beats the throw at second, loading up the bases. Tristan Kochar will gladly take this hit by pitch. E.J. Peck scores. 5-2 Miners. This is where Witchick's day ends. Coach is happy about that outing. Malik comes in for a steal. It's a 2-run ball game, but Malik gets the batter to fly out to left, ending the inning, and Nevada Union goes on to even up the series. Witchick talks about that early run support.
Oh, I'm super proud of my team for putting up those 5 runs in the first inning. We really needed that. We really needed that to keep us going and get our energy back. And for me, it meant a lot because I had some runs to work with, so I didn't have to be perfect. And I could trust my defense behind me to get stuff done.
Game 2 between Hiram Johnson and West Campus. Johnson won by 1 run on Wednesday. We pick up the action in the second. West Campus up 2-0 and looking for more. Their freshman Jordan Wilson singles up the middle, scoring 2 runs, and the Warriors lead grows to 4-2. Max Krieger just gets under the tag. In third inning now, Johnson battles back. 2 on for the Warriors as Edgar Solano Aguilar steps up with a solid single to left, and Johnson's back in business. Trailing by 1 in the third, Alberto Zavala unloads on the pitch, centered it to left field on the hill for a double, and ties up the game as Solano Aguilar scores. Is now tied at 5. Bases are loaded for West Campus. Ground ball to third cannot be handled. Emmett Schnarn and the rest of the guys are safe. Evan Liu scores, and the Warriors lead by 1. To the bottom of the fourth, they're still up 1. A single to right by Liu is going to plate Jason Torrey, and now the WC Warriors lead by 2. Top of the fifth, check out the nice play by the Warriors freshman shortstop Wilson. Nice stretch by Luke Scheinheimer for the out.
I'm better than you.
Yes, Jordan. Yes, you are. Bottom 5, Derek Sinez and Curtis McKay are on base for Torrey, and he steps in for the West Campus and smacks a hardliner to center, getting past everyone in a hurry. To the hill it goes, past the line for an automatic double. It's now 9-5. 2 on for West Campus. Warriors. Lou just about demolishes this pitch, put it on the hill and left. He put it on Tal's hill, and 2 more runs come in. Top of the 7th, base loaded for Johnson. 1 out. Holtz gets the punch out for an out number 2. Catcher rolls the ball back to the mound for the old. Strike him out, roll him out, or toss him out to end the game. The Greater Sacramento baseball standings are tidying up.
Brian Mueller in Modesto Monday for a rematch of last year's NorCal semifinal game between Lincoln and Central Catholic. The Trojans won that game 1-0 in extras. Lincoln picking up right where they left off. Mia Pamplona singles through the left side. Olivia Holt scores, and the Trojans have a 1-0 lead. Daniela Hunter in the circle for Lincoln, and she gets the shutdown inning with a strikeout to end the first. Randy Rowling, our South pitcher of the year last year, settled down after the first, striking out the side to end the Lincoln second. She had 17 of them on the day, and she can hit a little too. With a runner on, pops this to right. That is down in the corner. Taryn Calderon scores, and the Raiders even things at 1 as Rowling has a triple. Then a wild pitch has Rowling rushing home, and she just gets in there. CC leads 2-1. Same score, top 6. Trojans trying to move the runner over to second, but Jazzy Rios comes flying in out of nowhere to pick this for the out. Next batter is Hunter, and there will be no bunting for her, just blasting. She crushes this to right center and gone. A 2-run shot to give Lincoln the lead. She was the one who hit the game-winning homer against the Raiders last year. Bottom 7 now. CC down to their last out, and Hunter was doing everything. Gets the strikeout to end it. Just 3 hits allowed and no walks for the senior, and the Trojans hand the Raiders their second loss of the year, 3-2 the final.
The Whitney girls lacrosse team hosting Bella Vista Wednesday night in Rockland, and it's the Broncos with the lead early as Regan Silvers makes her way through 2 defenders, firing a shot on goal, 1-0 Vista. Later on, it's tied at 2, but the Broncos back on top with the goal from Kylie Beren. Whitney never too far behind. Maddie Makis getting physical. Maddie takes a shot, gets the foul instead, leading to a short penalty shot. Maddie gives her team the 5-4 lead, but this game would be tied at the half. Less than a minute to go. Mallory Fitzhugh feeding a driving Silvers. Regan goes low, and that one is good for the Broncos. 5-5 is the score at the break. Whitney threatening. Charity Stevens to Lacey Miller. Good goal there from Lacey, and Whitney scores first in the second half. But Bella Vista comes right back. Silvers drives, dumps it off to Paige Hackman. Paige cuts and fires low. 7-6 Broncos. 16 minutes remaining in the game. Caitlin Dizon with some nice moves draws the defense in before breaking right and getting the shot to go. Bella Vista goes on to take its biggest lead of the night, 11-8. So Whitney has some work to do. Miller up ahead to Kira Bone, picking up the loose ball and firing in stride. Whitney cuts the Vista lead to 1. The Broncos threatening with 6 minutes left, but there's a nice save from Bridget Lane. And this game is tied at 12 with 35 seconds left. Bone has a chance to put her team on top, and she does not miss. Whitney comes up big late to take home the win. 13-12 the final. Kira Bone finishing with the game-high 5 goals. Each week this season, Roseville Hyundai brings us the Players of the Week. Our first Player of the Week is Andrew Ballantyne from Pittman. The Fresno State commit threw 8 innings, allowing just 1 earned run and striking out 11 in the Pride's 12-inning win over Greg Gorey. Pittman eventually getting the sweep.
Our second Roseville Hyundai Player of the Week is Rhea Rascone from St. Mary's. St. Mary's with a big win over West last week, and Rhea was 3 for 4 at the plate with 2 big flies, finishing the game with 4 RBI. Rhea Rascone and Andrew Ballantyne, this week's Roseville Hyundai Players of the Week.
SMUD is leading the nation in clean power, so each week SMUD teaches us how we can save energy.
Here is this week's Clean Power City tip, powered by SMUD.
I'm Tegan Brostrom from St. Francis High School, and this is this week's Clean Power City tip. Use rechargeable batteries for items like TV remotes instead of single-use batteries, and don't forget to recycle single-use batteries. SMUD is leading the nation in clean power. Learn more at cleanpowercity.org.
Coming up, our first Sun Power electric game. It's the big Delta League showdown with Franklin and Elk Grove.
Then East Nicholas and Wood Creek in softball. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Summer's in full swing. Remember, SMUD's peak hours are 5 to 8 p.m. weekdays when electricity use is the highest. Shift some of your electricity usage to mid and off-peak hours when it costs less and renewable energy is plentiful. It's good for your bill, protects the environment, and helps our community too. Let's work together to save energy this summer. Learn more at smud.org/time of day.
Commitment, performance, pride. Roseville Hyundai is thrilled to be the feature sponsor of this week's Sac-Hi Players of the Week. We take great pride in recognizing each of your accomplishments as part of our continued effort to support the community. Come see the electrifying new lineup at Roseville Hyundai. From EVs and hybrids to our fuel cell vehicle, Hyundai Nexo, we've got you covered. Claim yours today.
Score that touchdown and run it up again. Score that touchdown and run it up again. SF9ers, we just win. SF9ers, we just win. I'm from that field, I'm from that field. 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 I'm from that field.
We are back at the NBC Sports Studio here at Levi Stadium with our first SunPower Electric game. Two teams from Elk Grove battle at the top of the Delta League standings. Elk Grove coming into the week undefeated in league at 9-0. Franklin at 8-1.
The two teams were tied for the league lead after Franklin took home the win in Game 1 on Tuesday. Our Mark Willis was at the Wildcats home field for Game 2 Wednesday. It's our first SunPower Electric game.
Electric game.
Yeah, taking the ball for the Wildcats is their perfect game All-American senior stud Nolan Stevens. He's surrounded by a whole bunch of collegiate talent, and they've done a nice job as a team to mesh. But what's more impressive with this group is that a freshman is leading the team in RBIs. Dylan Minade has 12 of them. As for Elk Grove, who's looking to bounce back and even up the series, will send Nate Gonzalez to the mound. Cy Peterson, Eddie Fines look to continue to spark that offense. So it's two fantastic Elk Grove schools going at it for a SunPower Electric game. Elk Grove with the last-minute team gathering before the competition starts, and Franklin's Noah Stevens was ready to greet them at the doorstep. Getting their herd out in order, Jaden Ramos with the throwdown to Connor Blackburn, and the Wildcats head on in. They grabbed their hitting sticks and went to work. Runners on the corners for Noah Mew, who singles up the middle. Coming in to score is Jordy the Jet Lopez, and it's 1-0 Cats. Bases loaded now for Dom Gusti, who delivers a hit to left. Mew and Dylan Minade both come in to score, and just like that, it's 3-0. Franklin on top. Back to the mound, Stevens goes with a 4-0 lead, and with 2 on, he's able to get the another inning strikeout. Nolan, a strong performance, going 4 innings of work with Tim Johnson on third for Franklin in the second. Dylan Minade gets to show off his speed at the bat. He beats out an infield hit. Johnson comes in to score. It's 5-0. Make that 6-zip when Mew puts another pitch to the wall. This one goes to left. Minade scoots around the bases, and he scores for the Wildcats, and the bases are loaded for Derek Pham, and he cranks one to the deepest part of the yard. It's over everyone's head, and that will clear the bases. A 3 RBI double for Pham, and it's now 9-0. Not much shaking to the bottom of the fourth. Dylan Minade stands on second, and Jason Harris with a base hit. Dylan comes in to score. It's now 10-0. Wildcats on top. In the fifth, Gusty's now into pitch, and he gets a ground ball to Harris over to Stevens, and that would do it. The Wildcats take this series from Elk Grove and remain in first place in the Delta. Little Minate was the man going 3 for 3, scoring all 3 times.
Feels great finally getting the bats at life for this team, and seem to really have a really good team bonding, and it's really fun to just come out here and compete with good teams.
I feel really good. I was happy to be out there, especially against a team as good as Elk Grove. It's a really good program. It's an exciting series every single year, and I'm glad that our team came together.
And for the SunPower Electric game, I'm Mark Willis, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Ian Olsen coming to you from Rockland for the Monday night matchup between East Nicholas and Wood Creek. Jordan Brogard leads the fourth for East Nicholas, hitting a hard hit ball that escapes the infield. Jersey Brown follows with their own hot shot up the middle, and after a walk loads the bases. Adriana Nebuloni laces a grounder down the first base line, scoring all 3 Spartans to give East Nicholas a 7-0 lead. Spartan starter Mika Laupa pitched 4 innings, striking out 4 and keeping Wood Creek hitless. Kiera Mashburn lays down a bunt in the top of the 5th and beats the throw to reach first base. Brown follows with a high fly ball to center that finds the ground to score Mashburn. Bottom of the 5th, Kaylee Kohoff rips a line drive the other way and motors to second base for a sliding double. But with 2 outs and 2 on, Nebuloni flies into field a grounder at short, and Stevie Knight snags it at first to end the inning. Danny Ferris knocks a 6th-inning ground ball through the 5-6 hole, and Audrey Gillespie follows by smacking a grounder into left field to extend the Spartan lead. Malaya Lawson hits a 6th-inning chopper and races to beat the first baseman to the bag. And after a walk loads the bases, Mary Zapata drills it into the corner, scoring 2 runs to get Wood Creek on the board. In the bottom of the 7th, Annie Pelsman hits a blooper landing just fair and beats the throw to first base. But Ferris throws her 4th strikeout pitching in relief to end the game and give East Nicholas its 7th straight win.
Stanford Medicine brings us great advice for athletes each week.
Here's Dr. Stephen Weiss with this week's health tip.
Most people who play a contact sport, particularly football, have experienced a stinger or burner at some point. This is also referred to as dead arm syndrome. Getting a stinger puts you at a 3-time risk for having another one in the future. Stingers are most commonly caused by a direct blow to the shoulder or head, which causes stretching of the nerves. It usually presents as temporary tingling or numbness in the arm, but can also present with weakness, usually in the muscles of your shoulder or your bicep. Symptoms usually resolve within a couple of minutes, but can last much longer. You can return to play as soon as symptoms have completely gone away and you have full strength and normal range of motion.
Coming up, Tri-City League action with Tokay and Tracy.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin section softball poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
Excellent service. They work with you to get the best deal.
Wood recommends anyone. Well done.
Tracy Toyota understands that our reputation of trust makes a difference, and our reviews prove we're with you all the way. Our customers are so happy with their buying experience, they proudly show it online. We even certify our used cars with an included warranty. During the Grab the Keys Let's Go sales event, get 3.99% on select new models. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
Swung on a drive to deep right field. Isan Diaz has won this game. Johnson near the track, on the track, leaps on, and Bryce Johnson. Right field just looking up. Is marked and it is gone. What a blast from Gonzalez.
The Tokay Tigers out of Lodi with a 10-1 overall record entering the week, undefeated at 3-0 in league. Corey Sugg takes the mound for Game 1 of the showdown with Tracy. Sugg is 4-0 on the mound and batting .368 at the plate.
Yep, he's a good one. Jacob Jones is Tracy's hurler for the Monday matchup. Daniel Berman with an incredible .500 batting average for the brilliant Bulldogs. Tracy looking for its first league win, taking on a talented Tokay team this week.
Tracy area sports coverage is presented by Tracy Toyota off Freeway 205 in Tracy, with you all the way. Tracy and Tokay in Game 1 of the 3-game Tri-City League Series Monday. It's the hottest day of the year. Top of the 3rd, the Tigers have a runner on first when Corey Sugg hits a hard liner to center. It rolls to the warning track, scoring Brock Sell. Sugg with the RBI double. Starting pitcher Jacob Jones eventually getting out of the inning, giving up just that one earned run. So here come the Tracy Bats. Bulldogs with a runner on 3rd for Jones, and Jacob helps out his own cause. A base hit up the middle, scoring Daniel Berman. We are tied at 1. The Dogs aren't done. Jones making it to 3rd for Tony Romano, and the junior grabs himself an RBI. Tracy leads at 2-1 after 4. But Tokay responds in the top of the 5th. Sugg slugs this ball to center, and it hits off the top of the batter's eye. Sell scoring from 2nd, and that's Sugg's 2nd double. Brett Grady follows it up with a hit to right center. That scores Sugg. Grady dives into second with a double. 3-2 Tokay, bottom of the 5th. Cameron Ross drops a perfect bunt into no man's land. That loads him up for Berman, and he hits a deep fly ball. Joey Galletti with a great catch out in the outfield. The sac fly scores Darian Marrero. This game is tied. Bottom 6 now, runner on first for Tracy. Romano lays down the sac bunt. The ball gets away. Jordan Hall scores all the way from first, and Tracy takes the lead. Corey Sugg finishing his outing with his 8th strikeout. Yeah, that's the same Corey Sugg who already has 3 hits and 2 RBIs on the day. Both starting pitchers chatting after their incredible outing. Sugg on third, 1 out. Gianni Camacho shows bunt, and it's a safety squeeze. Just like that, we are tied at 4 going into extras. Top of the 9th, Sugg at the plate. This is hit number 4 for the senior. So 6 innings pitched and 4 hits later, Corey steals second. Have a day. Then it's Brett Grady, and this one is trouble. Sugg comes around to score the go-ahead run, and Grady comes through. The Tigers improve to 4-0 in Tri-City League play with the 5-4 win in extra innings to take the lead in the series. The Leroy Green baseball team has received a shot in the arm from 4 newcomers this year.
That's right. Our Brian Mueller tells us the team receiving these players with open arms at a time when the team really needed them most.
If you haven't heard of Leroy Green Academy, that's okay. You will soon.
The biggest question that everybody asks is, where are you guys at? Who are you?
And while the Lions are happy to let you know, they'd rather let their bats do the talking. The Lions are averaging more than 10 runs a game, with a team batting average of .425.
We have some new additions to the field, new additions on the team.
Lamont is one of those new additions, along with 3 of his friends who have found a new home at Leroy Green.
It was really shocking, like towards the end of my junior year, when we found out that it was going to be closing.
Alpha Charter School opened its doors in 2012. Founded by Jerry Manuel, the Cordova High alum and former MLB player and manager, it was the country's first baseball charter school. But a decade later, Alpha closed due to low enrollment and lack of funding, leaving its 42 students in limbo.
It was kind of a weird feeling because knowing that was going to be my last year playing with those guys and my last year at that school.
I think it hurt a lot of us because it was such a shock.
But that shock also spurred a miraculous run for the Angels in their last year, winning a section championship and a runner-up finish in the NorCal playoffs.
Our mantra was to go out with a bang. That gave us, me, and the rest of the team some motivation.
But no amount of runs or wins were able to make up for the dollars and cents needed to save the school. The Angels needed a new landing spot, and for 4 of them, that was Leroy Green.
As it got into August, all of a sudden they just started popping up. It was just, hey, nice to meet you. I saw you play last year. You're pretty solid. I'm glad you're here.
Talking with my friends and like where they were going to go play, and then we just all decided Leroy Green.
One of the key factors in that decision was a game Alpha played against the Lions last year.
Those Alpha kids really saw what we were doing. Our dugout was just engaged. We're alive. We're loud. We're vocal. And I really think that's what really kind of drew them over. What made us stand out?
I noticed that the camaraderie that this team had when we played against them, and it was something that I wanted to become a part of.
The 4 Alpha guys found their new home and found strength in each other as they transitioned from Angels to Lions.
At the start, we all kind of came in together. We all at the same time on the first day of school because we were all kind of nervous to start a new place. But definitely having the 3 other guys here with me, that definitely helped.
In the summer, getting prepared, I thought it was going to be rough, but it's been all right. It's still sort of that small school type feel, and they have a lot of great teachers here to help me with that transition.
For the former Angels, it's been a match made in heaven, both in school and on the field.
My first day, I remember everyone was super welcoming to me.
We were about 3 guys away from, being it. That energy of just being able to know that every guy in every spot is now being relied on and trusted upon, and they're working together.
A year ago, there was an air of uncertainty. Now, a feeling of family.
The team just invited me in with open arms, all of us Alpha guys in, and I really feel like we built a family here, continued the family from Alpha to here.
seeing it, you know, a negative situation and it, you know, it fold out to be so positive to exactly what we're trying to get accomplished has been very, very beautiful.
Reporting in Sacramento, Brian Mueller, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
The 4 Alpha guys say they loved their time as Angels, but they're now hungry to win another section title, this time as Lions.
Coming up, the Mattress Firm Perfect Match, we head back to the Tri-City League for Lincoln and Lodi.
Then Antelope and Intercom in softball, but first here's this week's Spirit Corner featuring the cheer team from Wood Creek.
Trevor was born a champion. He knows how to make lemonade from lemons. He also knows that comfort is all year round. So sometimes, when you can't make lemonade, you make hot chocolate. Today, Trevor is proud to be a service champion. We're now offering a $58 2-for-1 special. You'll get a comprehensive AC tune-up and a free furnace safety inspection. High five service, champion attitude. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
Sac-Hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stanford Medicine, #1 in Northern California for orthopedics, and by SunPower, a proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers. We head back to the Tri-City League for our Mattress Firm Perfect Match. Lodi, with an incredibly tough preseason schedule, the Flames enter the week 7-7 on the year, 2-1 in league after winning their opening series against St. Mary's.
Lincoln is looking very strong coming into the week as the league's front runner. The 11-3 Trojans with a team ERA of 1.95, hitting the road to Lodi to face the Flames in Game 1 of the 3-game series, Lodi and Lincoln, in this week's Mattress Firm Perfect Match.
Our Mattress Firm Perfect Match takes us to Lodi, where the Flames host the Lincoln Trojans, 2 teams in our baseball top 10 at the start of the week. Bottom 2 we go. Ray Olivas pitching for Lincoln, but Vance Haskins gets a hold of one, puts it all the way into the right center gap. He's on third with a 2-out stand-up triple. And Lodi is in business, but Olivas gets the next batter to ground out to Cole Makita at third. Lincoln strands the runner, and we're scoreless after 3. Top 4 we go. Rowan Kelly leads off with a screamer down the left field line, just past the Lodi third baseman. That's good for a double. 2 batters later, Caden Tran chops one the same way that hugs the left field line. Yeah, he's a hugger. Kelly and Tran trade places, and it's 1-0 Trojans. To the 5th, Lincoln batting again. This time it's Thomas Eiton poking a 1-out double into left center. That'll get you a cha-cha at second base. And the Trojans are threatening again as Diego Davis shoots one out to right, but do not toy with the man in right for Lodi. Luke Toy guns down the runner at home. Nice relay from first baseman Carson Devine. That keeps it a 1-run game. We go to the 6th now. Trojan runners on second and third for Cole Makita. Hitting out of the 9-hole, comes up with a big 2-out, 2-run knock, and it's 3-0 Lincoln. But the Flames have something cooking in their half of the 6th. An RBI ground out from Carson Devine gets Lodi on the board as Braden Stout scores to make it 3-1. But in the 7th, Ray Olivas finishes the job, a complete game victory to move to 5-0 on the season. And the Trojans move to 4-0 in the Tri-City League. Cole Makita, what's the secret sauce for the Trojans?
We work hard. We work so hard. Everybody shows up early, gets their hack, staying after practice, and it just pays off. never getting down on each other. We're playing great defense, hitting the ball, timely hits. It's all coming together.
Inderkum taking on league opponent Antelope Wednesday afternoon. Riley Trujillo on the mound for the home team, and the senior strikes out the side in the first. A dominant start for the UNLV commit. Mickey Garcia is the one to get the Tigers bat started. She crushes the ball to left field. It one-hops the fence. It brings in Anissa Ledig, 1-0 Tigers. The inning ends with a Brooklyn Pruitt backwards K. So here are the Titans in the top of the third. Monica Chavez pulls back the bunt and slaps a slow chopper through the right side. A leadoff single, but she would stay stranded. And in the top of the fourth, Trujillo strikes out the side once again. 8 Ks through 4 innings for Riley. Bottom of the third, Isabella Jimenez, the line drive up the middle. Slapper Anissa Ledig follows it up. Tough play for short because of Anissa's speed, and that puts Jimenez in scoring position for Samantha Stoll. The UC Santa Barbara Brown pitcher comes up clutch. She rips the ball down the left field line. 2-runner score. Stoll with the 2 RBI double to give her team the 3-0 lead. Top of the fifth, Olivia Page, a blooping ball down the right field line, and that falls in fair territory. Page with the double, but Trujillo continuing to rack up the Ks. Inderkum gets out of the inning and extends its lead in the bottom half. Alexandra Jaquez with the bases loaded. It goes into center field. Stoll and Trujillo score to make it 5-0 Tigers. Top of the seventh, Jillian Todd takes a 2-0 pitch deep. Back, gone. That's a solo shot for the sophomore lefty. Her second of the year, but that's all Trujillo and the Tigers would allow. Jimenez at second puts this one away, and Inderkum improves to 4-1 in league play. 16 strikeouts for Trujillo in this win.
Our goal is to take home the league, but overall we're looking to surpass that, take home a state, sections. Like, we're just looking to, bring home whatever we can, and I think starting off with league is the first step.
Service Champions Heating and Air Conditioning is shining a spotlight on athletes who excel in their sport and give back to their schools.
In this week's Service Champion Student Spotlight, we feature Buhar Muradi from Whitney. Buhar is a basketball player and serves as the ASB president and student trustee for the Rockland Unified School District Board of Education. She is also a part of the Equity Club and the Student Senate. Buhar Muradi, the Harvard-bound senior, this week's Service Champion Student Spotlight.
Coming up, Lincoln takes on Placer.
Then it's Galton Bradshaw Christian. You are watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. The Placer Hillmen enter the week with a 7-4 record. Cowan Meyer with 10 RBI on the year. Nick Schaefer with 9. The Hillmen looking for a Foothill Valley League title after finishing in second place last season.
The Lincoln Fighting Zebras looking incredibly strong to start the year, also entering the week with a 7-4 overall record. Luke Allen already with 3 homers on the year and 13 RBI. Game 1 of the Foothill Valley League Series with Lincoln and Placer played at Placer on Tuesday night.
A couple of aces in the hole in this matchup as Placer sends out southpaw Cam Staten and Lincoln went with sophomore Jackson Cook. And if you like pitching, this was a game for you. Staten came out throwing bullets, striking out the side to start the game. We can all see now why Westmont wants him so bad to pitch for them in college. And then Lincoln's Jackson Cook was up for the challenge as well as he matched zeros with Staten. Top of the fourth, Lincoln has Noah Narker on third, but again, Cam was tough to hit, slamming the door to end the inning. We got no score. Fifth inning now, Nick Schaefer picks up his second hit of the game, legging out the ball in the hole. Winters makes a nice play, but Schaefer's on. Then with 2 outs, Schaefer on second. Cook is able to get a ground ball to short. This time, Winters is able to get the final out of the inning. Next inning, Lincoln's Nathan Munch smacks the pitch, but right at Hayden Bailey, standing at third, and the Zebras go down quietly. In the seventh, still no score. Winters on second after a double, but once again, Cam Staten strikes out another Zebra batter to end the inning. Cam had 18 punch-outs in the game. We go to extras, and that's when Lincoln got it going on. Cam out due to the pitch count. Zebras load him up for Noah Narker, and he gets an RBI on a ball 4 bases loaded deal. Andrew Aceto comes in to score 1-0. Then it's Jackson Cook who delivers a liner to the outfield. Cade Spolmer scores. It's 2-0 now. And the Fighting Zebras pick up one more. Here's Narker caught too far off second base, but he gets in a pickle, and that's when Nathan Munch breaks from home, and he's in as for the third run of the game, and that would do it. 3-0, Lincoln wins, but what a pitching performance by Staten and Cook.
Their guy did great, and our bats weren't hot. Our bats took a little bit to heat up, and so
I just, did my thing. I had to help the boys out defensively, and then we came through offensively.
Brian Mueller saying hello Tuesday afternoon from Bradshaw Christian as the Pride put their 5-0 league record on the line against Galt. The Warriors with a runner on in the first, but the Pride are strong up the middle, turning the 4-6-3 double play. Bottom one now, Ethan Rickert trying to steal. He does, but he'll get some bonus spaces after the throw gets by everyone into center. He scores and BC has the lead. But Galt answers top three. 2 on for their heavy hitter, Aiden Hall. He singles through the left side. That scores Tyler Watts, and we're even at 1. Then Larry Peruka hits a dribbler to the left side. The throw gets away, and Mason Tassano comes in with another run, and the Warriors are on top 2-1. But here comes the Pride with the bases full in the bottom half of the inning. Micah Nicholson strokes this to right. That will bring in 2, and BC back in the lead, 3-2. And they keep things going in the inning after an RBI ground out. David Weiser drives in another with a single to left. That scores Nicholson to make it 5-2. But Galt threatening again in the fourth with 2 on. Watts powers it to shallow left. A big collision in the outfield and the ball drops. 2 runs come in to make it 5-4. Fortunately, both BC players would be okay. It's 6-4 in the 6th now. Here's Nicholson again, and he smashes this to dead center. And he's not stopping at third, not with that speed. A stand-up inside the park homer for the junior to make it 7-4. But true to their name, the Warriors aren't going down without a fight. They bring the tying run to the plate with 2 out. Nicholson stays with this grounder and gets the out at first to end the game. And the Pride take game 1 of the 3-game set, 7-4.
Nick Pecoraro with some SFL softball Tuesday, Rockland at Granite Bay. Spoiler alert, it was a big day in the circle for Avery Siva. She pitches around a leadoff single in the first to strike out the side. And the Grizzlies have runners on second and third in the bottom half for Lily Nunez. She does her job with a sac fly to center. That'll score Drew McCown. Rockland doubles off the runner at third, but it's still 1-0 GB. Bottom 2, great defense for the Thunder. Check out Chloe Kimbrell getting dirty. Great play from her knees at third, but that wasn't the only great defensive play for Rockland. Same inning, Kate Vincent with a line drive to right, but Lily Treaty says, I got nothing but glove for you. Great D from the Thunder. Top 3, Avery Siva touches up the eye black and goes with the green sparkles for some more mojo, and it seemed to be working like a charm as she strikes out the side once again. Bottom 3, more D from Rockland. Sydney Barker going into the hole to get out number 1. Granite Bay coach Brian Siva praised Barker as maybe the best shortstop in the country. And when she makes plays like this, I'm not about to argue with him. An unassisted double play for the Oklahoma-bound Barker keeps Rockland in it. Grizzlies freshman Cameron Lincoln lines a leadoff single to get a rally going for Granite Bay. And the Grizzlies cash in on back-to-back walks with the bases loaded, and GB leads 3-0 after 5. Siva would get some help from her defense as well. That's Sienna Lagier, CC3 and right with a nice grab. But Siva would not need much help defensively. A complete game 3-hitter and a career-high 17 strikeouts. We'll have more on Avery's journey in an upcoming show. For now, she moves the Grizzlies to 4-1 in SFL play.
Each week we showcase a top recruit from the Sac Joaquin section.
This week's top recruit is Michael Cadence from St. Mary's. The Rams ace and 5-hole hitter committed back in November to the University of Michigan.
Coming up, our second SunPower election game, we head to the softball diamond for Pleasant Grove and Frederick.
Then it's Vista Del Lago and El Camino baseball. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we're in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Tim never leaves his wife's side. But since junk sleep gave him a crick in his neck,
who's there?
He can't turn his head to see her. Now he's convinced she's left him.
Michelle?
Only our Love Your Mattress guarantee gets you the lowest price and 120 nights to sleep on it.
You came back.
Unjunk your sleep at Mattress Firm.
Our second SunPower Electric game also taking place in the Delta League. This matchup is between two softball teams still undefeated in league entering the week.
That's right, Pleasant Grove with a 12-3 record, and Franklin is undefeated on the year at 14-0. The first place battle in the Delta League is our second SunPower Electric game tonight. Here's Nick Pecoraro.
Electric game.
Nick Pecoraro here with some up-and-coming Delta League softball teams in our SunPower Electric game. At 12-3, Pleasant Grove hasn't gotten off to this great of a start since 2009, while the 14-0 Franklin Wildcats haven't had this many wins in a season since 2015, and we still got 4 weeks left to play. Franklin sophomore Michaela Arlotto leads the Delta League with a .588 batting average. Cal-bound shortstop Nyland Marshall comes in with 10 extra base hits, and Kelani Nida has not struck out once in her 59 plate appearances this season. Still just a sophomore, Pleasant Grove's Madeline Lawson is in the section's top 5 with a 7-0 record, 101 strikeouts, and a .58 ERA. These are the last two unbeaten teams in the Delta League. Let's get this party started. Top 2, Franklin with a runner on third and 2 outs, but Madeline Lawson, they call her Mads, she was outstanding early. Lawson goes back to work in the second. She ends the inning again with another one of her 10 strikeouts on Wednesday. PG looking for a spark in the third. Shea Stinson with a liner, but Nyland Marshall is right there with the shoestring stab, a heads-up play to double off the runner at first. Top 4, Michaela Arlotto at the plate. Head coach John Goodell says she's the next big thing at Franklin, and she shows you why right here. A 1-out double for the sophomore. But Mads Lawson gets out of the jam again with a fly out to Riley Bigley in center field. But Franklin really gets going in the 6th. Runners on for Marshall. She finds a hole, and Addie Meddings comes around to score the game's first run. An intentional walk loads the bases for Emily Azamar, who is just inches away from a grand slam. It's off the wall. 2 runs will score. 3-0 Cats. Franklin still batting in the 6th, but a nice play from freshman Shea Stinson at short to keep another run from scoring. But there was a riddle Pleasant Grove just could not solve on Wednesday. Wildcats pitcher Scarlett Riddle was impressive with her first career complete game shutout, and with a school record 15th straight win to start the season, Franklin jumps into the Delta League driver's seat.
It's an amazing feeling, and I think, we really set the record with the school, but I think more than that, it's like the camaraderie between the girls. Like, we're all best friends on and off the field, and like we have our backs no matter what. So I think like it's a team chemistry I'm like very blessed to be a part of, and I think that's 100% what carries out on the field. I think we can go really far if we keep playing like this.
From our SunPower Electric game, Nick Pecoraro, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Excellent job, babe. Great job.
There goes Matthew Bell and the rest of the El Camino boys taking the field as they come into the league 1 game out of first in the loss column. But in the first inning, it was Bell's counterpart Brian Kasurka mowing down the Eagles. But in the third, there's no score. Runners on the corners for Vista's Dylan Dre, who breaks for second. The throw is there, but pops out, allowing Hayden Waite to score 1-0 Eagles. Same inning, 2 on for Trevor Kaesner, who puts this one right back up the middle. Dre crosses the plate, and it's 2-0. Vista looking for more, but El Camino turns a close DP. Charlie Snyder to AJ Gorey to Mason Guest. It's a twin killer. In the bottom 4, 3-0 Vista. El Camino has runners on the corners. Guest lifts a fly to center. It's deep enough for Max Powers to tag and score, and the Eagles are on the board. Top of the 6th we go. 2 on for Vista Del Lago, and Jake Zan at the bat. His hit squeaks past the defense, trickling into the outfield. Jacoby Jones hustles around from second, scoring the 4th Vista run, and then Dre steps up the plate and hits a hard, tough hopper that gets past the defense. Waite and Zan come in to score. Vista breaks this thing wide open 6-1. In the bottom half of the 6th, El Camino chasing a bunch, and they get to work. Sebastian Stecca laying down a bunt to move the runners over, but it gets away from everyone, and on the play, Jackson Burrow scores from second. Then it's, guess who? Yeah, it's that Mason guy going with the pitch to right. It rolls to the wall. That's going to score Powers, and the EC Eagles trail by 3. El Camino continuing the small ball attack. Snyder squares and drops a beauty down, but wait. First baseman Ryan Brown laying out, gets the ball and tags out the runner. Basteca scores, and it's now a 2-run game. Nice play. Top 7 Vista looking for that insurance run, up 2, and they get it. Tyler Bolyard lifts a fly to left. It's deep enough for Brown to trot in and score. Vista Del Lago Eagles win 7-4 and take the series over EC.
Each week we present the Scholar Athlete Award.
This week's Scholar Athlete Award goes to Peyton Naranjo from Ripon. The William Penn softball commit is incredible on the softball field and in the classroom with a 4.5 GPA.
Coming up, it's Dixon taking on Woodland.
Then Kennedy and Laguna Creek softball. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports will be right back. The Golden Empire League is looking very competitive this season with 4 teams pooling together at the top of the standings. Woodland and Dixon meeting this week, the Wolves taking 2 of 3 from crosstown rival Pioneer to go to 6-1 in league play.
Austin Stapleton leads the Wolves with a .448 average and 8 RBI. Dixon's Cooper Dwyer batting .385. The Rams sitting at 3-1 in league and will look to even up the series with Woodland in Game 2 played on Wednesday.
Brian Mueller at Dixon Wednesday afternoon. Woodland actually the home team here as these two squads make up a rainout. This was a pitcher's duel from the start. The Rams with 2 on in the first, but Chris Duffield gets a swinging K to end the threat. Bottom 2 now. The Wolves have second and third. Aiden Olson grounds it to second, but he will be safe as the throw pulls the first baseman off the bag. James Thompson scores, and it's 1-0. Then Gannon Cleaver puts down a beautiful bunt, an equally pretty play from Cooper Dwyer to get the out at first, but Russell Hansen scores, and it's 2-0. Top 4, the Rams have him loaded. Duffield gets the strikeout, but the return throw goes over his head. That allows Hayden Moore to score, and the Woodland lead is now 2-1. And speaking of Moore, he was dominant on the mound for the Rams, one of his 6 strikeouts here in the 4th. Top 5 now. This looks like a routine base hit to right, but Dylan Ramirez was playing shallow, comes up firing to get the out at first. The old 9-3 putout. But in the 6th, the Rams have first and second, no one out. The Wolves get 1 on a pop out. Then Duffield, well, he does the rest. Back-to-back strikeouts, and Woodland is 3 outs away. So Duffield only has 12 pitches left to work with in the 7th. That would be more than enough in a 1-2-3 inning. Fittingly throws over for the final out, and Woodland wins a tight one, 2-1 the final.
Ian Olsen here, bringing you the Wednesday night softball contest between Kennedy and Laguna Creek. With 2 outs and no one on in the first inning, Malia Baleos chops a grounder for a base hit. After Mia steals second, Kira Griffin hits a hard-hit grounder into left to score Baleos and give Kennedy a 1-run lead. With 2 outs in the second, Cardinal Jasmine Johnson lines a base hit single into left and steals second to get in scoring position. But Cougar pitcher Kaylina Ogle follows with one of her 6 Ks to end the inning. In the top of the 3rd, Griffin drills a pitch into left and slides into second for the 2-out double. But Cardinal starter Sarah Hanf blows it by the next batter to get out of the jam. Bottom of the 3rd, and with a runner on, Gonzalez hammers one over the left fielder to bring in a run and tie the game. Michaela Nelson rips a 4th inning single up the middle for Kennedy, but Hanf produces strikeouts numbers 6 and 7 to keep it tied. With 2 runners on base, Johnson lifts one deep to left field, scoring 2 Cardinals and hustling in safe at 3rd to give Laguna a 3-1 lead. After ending the previous 3 Cougar half innings with Ks, Hanf snags a comebacker for out number 3. With 2 outs and runners on 1st and 2nd, Kaylee Eddy laces one into left field to extend the Cardinal lead. 3 outs from a victory, Gonzalez makes the play at short and connects with Sophia Riles at first for the out. And Hanf ends the game with back-to-back Ks, finishing with 11 strikeouts in Laguna's 5-1 win.
Garrison reporting here where Oak Ridge Boys Volleyball will be hosting Folsom High School. Let's get started with the Trojans. Sam Latore with a perfect ace that drops the defender. Oak Ridge leads 15-14. But the Bulldogs respond with Neela Gray Chintalari setting it to Mark Ubag for the kill. Then we have Ubag setting up Stefan Stratton, who finds an opening on the floor to get that point. Folsom takes set 1, 25-20. Set 2 now. We get an incredible diving save and point by Jack Reynolds. just incredible. Then we have the Trojans trying to spark a comeback, but Jeffrey Penningill denies that ball at the net to keep Folsom in control. Bulldogs lead 22-13. Next we have Stratton skying high for that point, and Folsom takes set 2, 25-17. Set 3 now we have Ubag sent to Jack DeGraff, who gets the kill, but Oak Ridge leads 13-8. Next is Matthew Yee sending to Jonas Corbridge, who gets that kill with some authority. Then we have Reynolds serving and getting an ace to take set 3, 25-21. Folsom trying to push the game to set 5 with some momentum. Set 4 now it's Yee sending to Phillip Jones, who hammers that ball home for a point. We're all tied up at 11, but the Bulldogs start to bark again with Evan Fryer being on his 10 toes and tapping that ball over the net for a point. Finally, we have Reynolds putting the dagger in this one by making this ace too hot to handle. Folsom takes set 4, 25-21. Folsom wins the match 3-1. DeGraffy leads the Bulldogs with 11 kills. Ubag added 9 more kills for his team.
Remember, you can buy all of the game footage we shoot throughout the week. Go to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.com to order entire game videos.
Follow us on social media for more prep sports content. 49ers.Sac-Hi is our handle on Instagram and Twitter. And please do subscribe to our YouTube site where you can see all of the highlights and games and features showed on the show tonight.
Coming up, we will choose the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week. This could be the Play of the Week, maybe not.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin Section Top 10 Baseball Poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
It is time to announce the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week. The River Cats will be hosting our end of the season award ceremony for all of our players of the year at Sutter Health Park on May 28th.
We'll list a few contenders and then announce the winner. Who's going to announce it?
I think it's going to be our madman.
The Mark Willis guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good at that. Here it is, our Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week.
Play of the Week.
And here we go, out to Granite Bay, but it's Rockland's Lily Trini robbing a hit from the Grizzlies on the diving grab. Then it's Franklin's Nyland Marshall single-handedly pulling off the double play, the snag, the bag, and throw. Bam! Back to the Rockin' Girls and their D. Shortstop Sydney Barker in the hole, the dive, the throw. How's that not Play of the Week? I know, right? Because of this, Chloe Klimbrell of Rockland dives, the grab, and from both knees, the throws out the runner by half a step, and that's why Chloe, she gets the River Cats Play of the Week.
That is the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week, and that is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports for this week. Thanks for watching. I am Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Braunstein. Join us next week for more exciting highlights from the tight league races, including Vanden and Vacaville. We'll see you then.